Hello culés, it's Pablo here and welcome back to Barca Universal. Welcome to the match review of Real Sociedad 1, Barcelona 1. Barcelona are through on penalties in one of the most mental games, one of the most mental extra times and shootouts I've ever seen, honestly. Unbelievable stuff that we've just watched there. I'm almost still shaking. I've had to take a good 10-15 minutes just to calm myself down before I make the match review. There's just so much to talk about. What a crazy game. I'm sure all of you guys are looking forward to the match review because we've got so much to break down. And as the video goes on, please leave all your thoughts down below, honestly. There's going to be so much to talk about. What a crazy match of football. That Barca are in the final. We did it. We are through in unbelievable circumstances. But let's bring it all the way back to the lineup. And this was the first real big talking point of what was an unbelievable day, really, to be a Barca fan. And it started really around the morning, actually, when Messi was said to have discomfort. And then you saw some news about Dest coming out as the lineup came out. And look, I think that maybe carried on to the performance out there. Other than that, it was exactly the expected lineup, but no Messi and no Dest. And I think no Messi in particular, that maybe, it dropped the morale a little bit of the team, to me, especially in those opening first 15-20 minutes and leading up to the game. I think everyone thought, we were looking forward to this one, but now, maybe not so much. We've been on good form of late, playing really well. You take out Messi, you take out our natural right back also, and it does just become a little more difficult. So, look, lineup-wise, I suppose he made the right decisions. That Mingueza coming in at right back, it's not ideal, but he did as best as he could. When he's in one-on-one duels, he's usually very good. And then you got Braithwaite up front, who, to be fair to him, didn't do a bad job at all. He was pivotal in our first goal, actually. So, all in all, that's what we went for in the lineup, and it didn't do too badly. But if we start with our match action, as I previously mentioned there, I think Barca started a little bit slow to me, and it didn't really have very positive sensations to me the opening 20-25 minutes or so, maybe opening 15 even, if we're being more generous to Barca. We saw Sociedad, as expected, come out really hungry, I think, throughout the evening. They really wanted to get through to that final. They were pressing us high up the pitch. We barely had any chances to play the ball out. Stegen was repeatedly doing long balls up to our forward, so I don't think Barca played well at all in those opening 20 minutes, barely anything from us going the other way. And Sociedad probably dominated that opening spell. But I do think, to be fair, once we wore them down a little bit, once we got a bit more of control of the game, we did like the better side. And there weren't too many massive chances in that first half. You look at the Braithwaite header, the Isaac header. There were a few chances like that one, but it was mainly the goal that was the big turning point of the half. Because like I said, up to that point, Barcelona were growing into the game, and this was good football again from us, to be fair. We got Pedri more on the ball in this sort of stage. Jong, I thought, was outstanding all night long. And it's actually Martin Braithwaite here who drops deep. He does a nice little reversed ball to Griezmann. I thought Griezmann and Dembélé were also playing well as the first half went on. And Griezmann's reverse ball is very good indeed. Jong again in that new sort of number 8 role, if you like, bursting into the box. A great header from him, and yet another goal for Frenkie de Jong. He's really turning into a talisman from midfield, and that's crucial for the future of this club, in my opinion. A great goal from de Jong. To me, a deserved one for Barcelona. At that point, I thought we were very comfortable in the game after the goal as well. Sociedad didn't pose too many issues until half-time, and we were looking very good at that point. But as the second half started, you were expecting Sociedad to come out firing, and I think they definitely did that. But I want to mention here, Sociedad, they were wide open at the back in that second half. To me, Barcelona should have killed off the game on a number of occasions. I'll speak about that later. But like I said there, Sociedad, they played more attacking. They came at Barcelona, and they got their equaliser. And this, for me, was an annoying equaliser to concede, mainly because it's a penalty, and it's a cheap one of that. It's not like they're in on goal, and we've tripped them up, and we've said, yeah, all right, there you go. Look, they play the ball back. I think it's Oyarzábal with quite a poor cross in the end. It sort of hits de Jong's hand as he's running. Look, in modern day, with VAR especially, they have to give it as a penalty. Let's be fair. When decisions are fair, let's say it how it is. Let's be good people, I suppose. They give the penalty, as expected in modern football. Oyarzábal, ever reliable from the spot. He slots it in the corner. 1-1 Sociedad, and that was annoying because, like I mentioned, Barca, for me, had the lead. We were dominating, and also, Sociedad were wide open at the back. So I always thought at 1-0, Barca have got a great chance here to make it 2-0, maybe within 60-65 minutes, kill the game off, bring on some players, and we move on to the final. But that equaliser there, out of nothing really, out of a poor cross, out of a poor pullback from Oyarzábal, they get a penalty, they get a goal, and they get themselves right back in the game. And to be fair, the rest of that second half was really stressful. I do think Sociedad stayed very open at the back. I want to talk about now our missed chances in the final third. I think it's been an issue all season that Ronald Koeman has spoken about, because when we were attacking here, and there were so many times when we won the ball back, and it was almost like a 4-on-2 for Barca. You had Lenormand and the other centre-back now, who's whose name slips my mind. Is it Zubimendi maybe back there? And they're just alone, and it's but 4 Barca players running at them. And what we've got to do there is get the ball in the back of the net. But it's just a little bit sloppy, a little bit slow, not enough conviction in the passing or the shots, and it just means no goal for Barca. And in these sorts of moments, in these sorts of big games, a semi-final like this against good opposition, you've got to kill teams. And I just feel right now, when we're missing Ansu, when we may be missing a big striker signing in the summer, which Laporta might construct, someone like that in the final third, we are missing that. That's absolutely for sure. And there were too many times in the second half when we could have killed the game, but we just didn't. And look, it's 1-1 then as the game goes on. It's very nerve-wracking stuff. I thought when they brought JANUZAJ on as well, they were really getting at us. The same goes for Ander Barrenechea. I thought when they brought both wingers on, they really did cause us damage. Barcelona made it one change, I believe, before the 90 minutes ended. It's all very jumbled up, the match in my head. It was absolutely crazy, but I'll try and say it as best as I can. We saw Trincao come on for Braithwaite. Sociedad made a few changes also, like I mentioned. Barrenechea was key in causing issues for us. But other than that, a few close calls. Barca certainly could have won the game, you feel, in normal time. So could Sociedad maybe. They certainly had a few good chances. But the game, it ended 90 minutes, 1-1 and into extra time. And to me, this extra time period was absolutely crazy because it started with Barcelona making 2 changes. Ronald Koeman brought on Pjanic and Riqui, but I just thought extra time in general, Sociedad probably won it to me. I think they did. You look at the early shot of the half, I believe from Zaldua, who came off the bench at right back, an absolute corker into the top corner. Ter Stegen made an absolutely outstanding save, and we'll be talking about Ter Stegen later, but what a goalkeeper. I thought today, again, he was unbelievably good. He made some really big saves. I didn't even mention he made a good one to deny Isak in the first half from a one-on-one situation after he got in down that channel. And all night long to Stegen, massive saves when Barca need it most. Some really big hands there, and that was another one right at the start of extra time. I generally felt as extra time went on, we just didn't really create enough. You look at the Dembele chance in the first half of extra time, he should have put that in the corner. Also the Griezmann one in the second half of extra time. Good ball back over, it kind of loops into him, and maybe he should get that in the corner. It's a hard technique to execute, and in the end, it's straight at Emiro. But I want to talk about Adnan Januzaj, because to me, he changed the game for Sociedad. When he came on in that second half, he was causing us all sorts of issues. You talk about the ball into the box for Oyarzabal that he probably should have scored. Pjanic with some good tracking back there. He had another good shot saved by Ter Stegen there. Januzaj again running in. We just couldn't keep up with him. Honestly, our quickest players, we just couldn't get Januzaj off the bench in extra time. He ran all over us. And the big save, or the big shot from Januzaj, was that free kick. An absolutely unbelievable effort from the Belgian international. He absolutely whips it into that top corner. And I think it's actually Ter Stegen again, who gets a massive fingertip on this ball. He touches it onto the post. And like I mentioned, Ter Stegen was outstanding all night. The German wall will be getting onto him in the penalty shootout. Of course we will. But a crazy match of football, guys. So many chances at each end. I think Barca could have won it if we were a bit more clinical. I honestly think the game could have gone our way. But at the same time, you're talking about some of Sociedad's chances, some of the big saves Ter Stegen made. We can also perhaps count ourselves lucky in that extra time period that Sociedad didn't take the game away from us. I thought it was an amazing match of football. As a Barca fan, it was so stressful. But it did end 1-0. And before we get into the penalty shootout, I probably want to go through the team and talk about a few individual performances. I've already spoken a lot about Ter Stegen. I'll continue to do that when we move on to the penalties. Ronald ARAÚJO, though, again, I thought was exquisite at the back. His strength, his recovery speed, his pace in general. He looks like a top centre-back in the making. I've said that on a number of occasions. Mingueza, that's a bit unfair to judge him because he was up there at right back. He does what he can. He does look like a bright centre-back for Spain and Barcelona to me. But out at right back, he was, I suppose, positionally caught out a few times. I thought Longley was actually quite good today. I really do. Again, positionally, he got caught out on a few occasions, but I do think he was much more like the old Longley, stern in the challenge, stopping Sociedad progressing, winning the ball back for us in important moments, making good blocks and heading the ball away, much like the old Longley that we need in these big games. I thought Jordi Alba struggled today. Someone who I don't think's had a bad season at all. Probably better than last season, actually, Jordi Alba for me. But again, I thought he struggled today, and I think that is a fitness thing with Alba. He's an old guy, let's put it like that. To me, he looks very tired, especially when it gets into extra time. In midfield, I want to give credit to Busquets again. I think in the reverse to the 4-3-3 we've done, he's been really good back there. That's certainly his role, and not the pristine old Busquets, but so much better. The levels rise from Busquets for me from when he was playing in the 4-2-3-1 to the 4-3-3 has been massive, in my opinion. Then you've got De Jong next to him, who, again, we're just singing praises for him every week. I thought he was unlucky with the penalty, but the way he burst forward, what a powerful runner he is. One of the best in world football for me at doing that, driving with the ball. Also the way he wins it back, his technique, his passing, really good. Pedri struggled to get in the game, I feel. He had a few nice moments, certainly towards the end of the first half, but I still feel we're better when he's on the pitch, but I think he was a little less out of the game today. Dembélé had a really good 70 minutes, shall we say, but he just got a little bit lazy towards the end of the game. He looked like our best player in the first half to me for so much of it, actually making ththings happen, but he did struggle. Braithwaite, I thought he had a solid game. I think he did his job up front. That is what Braithwaite's capable of, I suppose. We're not expecting an unbelievable performance from him, are we? We know it. He does what it says on the tin, I suppose. He made some good channel runs. I thought his passing wasn't bad today. Griezmann, I thought overall had quite a good game, to be fair. Out of the ball, without the ball, he was very good again. He has some nice touches, especially in that first half. I think he was taking the mantelpiece of Lionel Messi. I don't think he had a bad game at all. The players who came off the bench, look at Trincao, I thought, again, really struggles with the ball. Riqui and Pjanic, I thought, really did their jobs off the bench. Then you got Junior Firpo, obviously, who didn't have much time to make an impact. But overall, guys, performance-wise, in such a mental game, it is important to still analyse performance. I didn't think it was bad from Barcelona. We're up against a good team here, without Messi, without Dest, without quite a few players. And I don't think we did badly at all. I think overall, we probably deserved to be in the final. It was a really good game of football. You give credit to Sociedad, but I thought Barcelona were good on the night, and we're clearly making progression. But let's get into that penalty shootout, guys. I apologise if this is a longer review, but it just has to be. It can't be a normal 10-minute review when we've done extra time in penalties and so much has happened. And the penalty shootout was crazy. I was already completely out of it by now. The nerves of that of the extra time of the 90 minutes. It's a massive game for Barca to get to a final. And I was already nerve-stricken here, but this penalty shootout was absolutely crazy. It's Sociedad who step up first. It's actually the player they've brought off the bench, Bautista, and it's actually to Stegen, guys, who makes a really good save. He dives to his left-hand side. He gets a brilliant save, and he's doing all of this, by the way, while staying on his line. An amazing save from ter Stegen, and he gets us off to the perfect start. But Frenkie de Jong steps up next, and he hits the post. He drags his penalty off to the post, and I think it's fair to say, you look all over that pitch, guys. There weren't amazing penalty takers on it, were there? There weren't, the classic players you'd expect from a Barcelona team to step up and take a penalty, and I think that definitely showed. But Sociedad went and stepped up for the other one. It was Oyarzábal this time, who's so reliable from the penalty spot. But ter Stegen again, what a save against such a good penalty taker. He gets there, this time to his right-hand side, he stoops it away, and Barca are in real luck here, because if you save the first two penalties, you do set yourselves up nicely. But I was just thinking, hey, we've got to put the ball in the back of the net now, and to be fair, Dembélé, he steps up, he scores it. It's now finally 1-0 to Barcelona after two penalties each, and then WILLIAN JOSÉ steps up, and I'm still thinking, yeah, we're in control, this can go in, I suppose, but you're also thinking, after ter Stegen has already saved two, why not save a third? JOSÉ steps up, and he actually hits the post. Ter Stegen went the right way, but Barcelona have actually got away with Sociedad missing their first three penalties. You have to go and win the game from then onwards. It's Pjanic who steps up next. He puts it in the corner, and being 2-0 up now, we have a really big lead. Then Sociedad come and step up. MERINO, if he misses, we're through. That would have been crazy, wouldn't it, if they missed four in a row. He puts it into the roof of the net, and then it's Barca with a chance to win it. A kick to win it. Antoine Griezmann with a massive chance. And he blazes it, guys. He skies it over the crossbar, and this guy just can't seem to catch a break. I was literally praying when Griezmann stepped up. Please, Antoine, put it in the corner for us. Do something. Make a big statement for yourself. But he just can't do it. I think there's a mental block there, clearly. And are you telling me he was really confident to take that penalty? I just don't think he was. And once Griezmann skied it, you were already thinking, are we actually going to throw this away? After all of this game, it couldn't get any more crazy. It was just an unbelievable semi-final. It was vintage football. It really was. Sociedad step up, they put it in the corner. I can't actually remember who it was now. They put it in the corner. It might be Baranechea or someone like that. Anyway, Sociedad, they score it, and I'm thinking, yeah, here we go. We could be in big trouble here. But Barcelona still, after all those saves, after all those misses from Sociedad, we have a chance to win it. And it's Riqui Puig, guys. What a story this is. What an odd moment of all people this season, guys. He's barely played a minute, but he came on there for extra time, and he sticks it away, to be fair to him, in a penalty shootout when no others could, really. He gets a big penalty for Barca, an unbelievable moment, and just what a game of football. Just reciting it now in the match preview. What have we just watched out there? It's full of emotions. It was absolutely insane. Oh my goodness me. But I suppose I'm going to leave it there. This is maybe the longest match review I've ever done. It was, I can only apologise if you guys didn't want that, but I'm sure we're all happy to talk about this game for hours on end because it was just unbelievable. Barca are through to the final, which is what we're probably forgetting in and amongst all of this. We will be playing on the Sunday, either against Real Madrid or Athletic Club. Let's hope Messi's back. Let's hope Dest is back. For me, if we get those two back, no reason why we can't win. The issue would be the team are surely going to be fatigued now. Very, very tired indeed. I think they'll have a rest day tomorrow. Then it's back to training on the Friday and the Saturday, and then final on the Sunday, maybe with a morning session also. So look, we've got plenty of time to prepare. It's going to be a big game against either club. It perhaps could be a Clásico, so there's plenty coming out now for Barca. Overall, I thought we did a good game. It was a really mental one. I thought Sociedad were also very good, and especially in the second half and extra time. But that is where I'm going to leave it. Please leave all your thoughts down below on this match review. What a crazy game we've just watched. Until then, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.